How's everybody doing today? It is November 5th, 2020. And, oh man, things just continue to get worse and worse. I'm sure everybody knows now what's going on with the election in the United States, and everything that we talked about is happening. I mean, it's scary how correct all of us were. Okay, we saw what was coming. And like I always say, it wasn't because we were special or smarter than anyone. We just knew how to hack the headlines. See what they were showing us, what they were trying to throw right in our face, coded one way or another. Alright? Well, I have 3 other videos that I'm working on right now that are going to continue to show all now the protesting, which has turned into some cases rioting, and then not only that, the National Guard, just like we were talking about and I've been showing, oh yeah, they're being implemented. Even out in Portland, where they never were used before, guess what they did now? That's right, they brought in the National Guard. Do people still need to see this? That it was a setup for you to run out there and riot and protest over and over again, burning buildings down, doing all the damage that you did? Did you truly think that you were going to just get away with that? Because exactly what we saw coming, it's here. And to be honest, when it comes to the election, I don't think this could have turned out any worse. It doesn't matter which way this goes now. If for some reason Biden holds on, the Trump side is going to be irate because it definitely looks like it was completely rigged. I am not like I always say, I'm not a massively political person. I don't trust any government, but I'll tell you what. When I went to bed at 2 a.m., it sure looked like it was locked down for Trump. And then somehow, in the middle of the night, not only my state, but Wisconsin, goes straight up. And Biden just goes off the charts and takes the lead. And I live in Michigan. And, I don't know. I just don't see... I honestly never thought Biden could get elected. I honestly didn't. At least not win the state of Michigan. And, I guess we'll see what happens. But like I was saying, it's bad either way. It's bad if, and it's even worse the other way. Like I said, if Biden holds on, the Trump people are going to be irate. There's going to be nonstop unrest due to that. But if it goes the other way, say Trump does pull this off, they do recounts or whatever it ends up entailing, how bad do you think it is then now on the other side? You thought it was bad when they were rioting before. What do you think's going to happen now that they thought they won and you took it away from them? I mean, it could not have turned out any worse. You truly needed a landslide one way or the other. Then you would have had unrest for, a little bit of time, but you would not have had this. They planned this perfectly, everyone. Look how easy this all was set up. What did they want? They wanted us all fighting each other. Well, look at what the vote was in the United States. Almost an even split. So do you think they didn't do exactly what they wanted by dividing the entire country? Hopefully people can see it now, but obviously they don't see it enough. And this is in my state. This is why I wanted to make this video real quick. Because the other ones are just taking a long time to edit and put all these video pieces that I got for you all put together into one video. But I wanted to throw this article up because I had showed it real quick in one of my other videos. But this is Michigan. I mean, this is insanity. What we are dealing with and what we are living with here. I mean, this governor she's out of her mind. I mean, this is, check this out. It says, Whitmer threatens up to 6 months in prison for businesses who don't record customers' personal info. Yeah, that's right. 6 months in prison. Yeah, that's the headline. So, like we always talk about, number 1, there's the fear. They're going to push the fear. Number 2, it just shows where they are headed with what they want. Okay? It says, if ever there was a state that stands out when it comes to authoritarian control over the population, it would be the state of Michigan. As if businesses in the state don't have enough on their plates already trying to stay afloat amid the CB pandemic, they now face the threat of a $200 fine and a misdemeanor charge punishable with up to 6 months in prison if they don't adhere to new requirements to track customers. Violations may also be punishable by a civil fine up to $1,000. The one thing that this kind of stood out to me, in the state of Michigan, a misdemeanor is only punishable by up to 93 days in jail. So, I'm going to look into this. If anybody knows right off the top of their head why they could have a misdemeanor this way and then charge it with a max up to 6 months in prison, let me know, because, as far as I knew about Michigan law was a misdemeanor was 90, up to 93 days in jail, county jail, not 6 months in prison. So, like I said, I need to look into that, or if somebody else can go ahead and look into that, that would be great. It says, under the guise of contact tracing, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is requiring business to record the personal information of customers. Yeah, that's right. You can't even go out to eat now. You can't even go to a restaurant. You can't do anything without giving them your name and telling them everything about you. It says gatherings are prohibited unless the facility maintains accurate records, including date and time of entry, names of the patrons, and contact information to aid with contact tracing, and denies entry for a gathering to any visitor who does not provide at a minimum their name and phone number, the state government declared. Everybody, I'm seeing it here the fastest here in Michigan. But don't think that this isn't going to go everywhere, because it is. Because like I keep telling everybody, this is happening worldwide. This is not in the United States. This is not just in the United States. This is happening everywhere. Even with the rioting and the protest, I couldn't believe all the videos I recorded today. The entire world is in riots and protesting right now. It's just crazy. Do you really think it's a coincidence that all this is happening at the same time? That everybody is fighting towards each other, and everybody is at some type of unrest at the same exact time? Right before what? 2021. Right? Do you not think that you see the Agenda 21 plan laid out perfectly like they showed us before? It says facilities included are dine-in restaurants, hair salons, barbershops, tattoo parlors, arenas, cinemas, concert halls, performance venues, sporting venues, stadiums, and theaters, as well as amusement parks, arcades, and bingo halls. Well, that's at the top how they word this, right? It says, it doesn't really say that, we thought it was just maybe restaurants. That was how it kind of came out first. But it's not. It's a business, and it's these type of businesses that they just said. All of those. So if you go to any restaurant, any bar, hair salon, barbershop, tattoo, arena, cinema, concert, performance venues, sporting venues, stadiums, theaters, as well as amusement parks, arcades, and bingo halls. I know I just read that twice. There's a reason. You plan on going to any of those places? Well, you better be planning on giving them every information that you have. Where you live, where your family is, where your kid goes to school, where you work. Think about this, people. Do you really truly believe that this is going to stop? Did the ones fighting on either side of this think that one side is going to save the other still? I don't care right now. I want you to understand this is not going to be changed whether Trump wins or Biden wins. This is worldwide. In addition to the penalties stated above, Governor Gretchen Whitmer's order says that a failure to comply may violate a business or professional's licensure requirements or present a workplace safety violation. Residents are urged to report violations. This is another thing that I had to put in here that I want to talk about. What do you know, right? They tell everybody to tell on each other. Tell them, oh, I think they're sick, or, oh, well, they're not they're not doing social distancing, or, oh, they're not wearing the mask, and now look, oh, well, look, this restaurant wasn't doing what they said, or this amusement park didn't take down my information, you better go check them out. Everybody, do you not think that you are going to be seeing effects? Do you not think this can be laid out any better? It truly cannot be laid out more in front of you to see. This all lines up. It all leads up to the vax. They're going to do everything they can to make it, when that thing comes out, when they say, oh, now it's approved, right? Everybody that they've, deceived and talked into, brainwashing them, what are they going to do? They're going to call on you. We're going to have family members calling on each other, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, daughters, sons, it doesn't matter. You're going to have families destroyed because they're going to be telling on each other, tattling on each other. Think about this. Where are we headed? This is just, restriction seating to no more than 6 people and indoor venues limited gatherings to no more than 50 people, down from a maximum of 500. Well, yeah, don't you love it that they're dropping all the people down, right? That you can only have now 50 instead of 500. And it's what? It's going into winter. So there is no more outside stuff that you really can do. You can't go eat outside. You can't go, most of the stuff that they were trying to do outside, you can't go cut your hair outside now. You know what I mean? Stuff like this, it's just going to be too cold. So, once again, they forced you into certain areas, targeted attacks. These have happened, and now they know exactly how to come after us. Nobody stopped it the first time around. So what's going to happen this time? Well, they want you to come back and fight now because they're ready. They're ready to go now. The only way to beat CV is to act on what we've learned since March. Yeah, whatever. MDHS Director Robert, according to WIN, wear mask, keep 6 feet distance, wash your hands, and avoid the indoor or get-togethers where we have seen CV explode. That's right, because this all comes back to your Thanksgiving, your Christmas. And right now, you can guarantee, you can have the headlines, here they are. Right after Thanksgiving, you are going to get nonstop. Too many people went to Thanksgiving. Too many people wanted to stay with their family. Now the rates are exploding. After Christmas, you're going to get the same thing, but you're probably going to be on so much of a stricter lockdown because they're going to use Thanksgiving. They're going to use that holiday. They've already talked about, oh, look, 4th of July, it skyrocketed. Oh, now look at Halloween. Halloween, everybody went out. Nobody's paying attention to this virus, and people are so complacent. Oh, it's just a non-stop push to make sure that the people see, oh, you need to fear this. And if you don't, you better be okay with taking down your neighbor or your family member and going and locking them in a quarantine facility because they won't listen, because they won't wear a mask, they won't get... This is all desensitizing people. Says misgenders of actors and politics must choose to take the disease to believe the science of who? I'm just, ugh. The state Supreme Court struck down Whitmer's emergency order on CD19 last month, but the state still has restrictions in place to include mandatory mask order in effect. Yeah, I talked about this. Yeah, so they strike their orders down, right? And so therefore, literally about 24 hours that she said we're supposed to go the mask thing, mandatory mask, etc., etc. But what else it did? It messed with the unemployment, and this is very okay. What it did? Okay, first off, the mask order was put back up within 24 hours by the health department, the health department. So Whitmer didn't even have to even do another executive order or anything else because instantly the other parts of the state government stepped up and they still had to wear the mask. It was still mandatory, etc., etc. But with unemployment, what is insane about this now? In the state of Michigan, when they took down and they struck down her orders, it took away some of the provisions that you were allowed to claim unemployment. So, there was a few things, I don't have to get into each one of them. But anyways, people that now have gotten all their unemployment, okay, say they got $10,000, $15,000 starting from, April all the way through to when this happened, are now being told they must pay it back. They were approved by unemployment. I am not kidding. We are talking tens of thousands of dollars for all these people to pay back when all they did was apply like they were told to apply and were approved with exactly what they did. They did what they were supposed to do. Now they want their money back. And on the other end, they've not paid hardly anybody. We are still waiting months, thousands of dollars, and nothing getting done. We must realize that it's because they don't want anything to get done. They want us in these positions, okay? It says residents who fail to comply face the same harsh penalties detailed above. So do you see? Now that's the mandatory mask. They're talking, there was in here that you can get to 6 months in prison too now if you don't wear the mask. Yeah, there is so much going on. It says Whitmer's order defines a gathering between when 2 or more persons from more than one household are present in a shared space. The state limits indoor gatherings at residence to a total of 10 people. Look, it says Fox News host Laura Ingraham slammed the powerful, mad Democratic governor. Powered, mad Governor Whitmer once again uses the Michigan livelihood, the long-term threat Michigan isn't CB. It's the dictatorship of experts. It's true. She's right what she's saying. I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just saying that state can't be any better. It truly is what's going on. It's sad that people don't see it. They just don't see it. Through all these responses on Twitter, because I have so much editing to do on the other one. So on the other 3 videos that I'm trying to get out to you, which are going to be, one of them is going to be about them testing the vax on kids. It's a really hard video I'm working on. It's hard to record. And all I gotta say is it makes me sick to my stomach. How can you volunteer to give your child up to test a vax that you have no idea if it's safe or not? I just don't get it. A parent spanks their kid, they go to jail for endangering their child endangerment, child abuse, but a parent assign a child over, giving them to test a vax that they have no clue if it's going to be safe or not. Tell me how that adds up in this world. This world is truly upside down. Everyone, stay safe, stay strong, continue to pray. We have so much going on. We have everything just all built, and I truly believe that days away from just and absolute us. So make a plan today. Don't fear it. Don't panic. You have nothing to fear. Especially make sure you're okay with God. Make sure you're right with God. And you have the full armor of God. I promise you, it is needed right now. You need the full armor of God right now more than ever, because you're going to be being attacked every single day at 100 different angles, and you need to have that relationship. Everybody, I love you all. Stay safe. Protect your families. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.